In this video, I'm going to discuss the level 1 recommendation for sleep. Fortunately, the recommendations for sleep are simple and straightforward. The Eudaimonia lifestyle agrees with the consensus statement made by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and Sleep Research Society. This states, adults should sleep 7 or more hours per night on a regular basis to promote optimum health. Therefore, the goal for level 1 sleep is to simply get at least 7+ hours of sleep consistently each night. Since some may have difficulty accomplishing this goal, let's review the single most effective strategy for achieving this goal, a strategy called Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Insomnia, or CBTI for short. CBTI is a counseling technique well known to psychologists for helping patients with difficulty falling asleep. While nothing can replace the skills of a psychologist for those suffering from insomnia, the Eudaimonia lifestyle recommends incorporating the primary components of CBTI to generally aid in achieving level 1 sleep recommendations. These 3 primary components are stimulus control, sleep restriction therapy, and relaxation therapy. Let's go through each component and review a few tips to help you get to your sleep goal. Starting with the first component, stimulus control, tip number 1. Train your brain to associate the bed and bedroom with sleep instead of wakefulness. This can be accomplished by getting into bed only when sleepy and getting out of bed when unable to sleep or feeling awake. This means no reading or screens when you are in bed. Screens in particular are very activating to the brain and should also be avoided within an hour of bedtime. Reading is an excellent activity for winding down for the day, but still requires a degree of wakefulness to perform. Therefore, read in a separate room until you start feeling tired, then go to bed. If you are consistent with this, your brain will reflexively become drowsy when lying down in bed and activated when you wake up to start your day. Tip number 2, go to bed and wake up at the same times each day. Your brain has a natural rhythm of sleepiness and wakefulness called circadian rhythm. Use this natural rhythm to your advantage. Instead of constantly forcing your brain into a new rhythm, keep the same rhythm so your body gets a natural dose of wakefulness and sleepiness exactly when you want it. Now, let's move to the second component of CBTI, sleep restriction therapy, with tip number 3. Restrict napping and promote restful overnight sleep. Napping is a sign your brain hasn't received enough rest. While catching up on sleep is important, if you give into napping throughout the day, you are reinforcing a chaotic and disruptive sleep schedule. In addition to disrupting your day, napping is too brief to provide the deep, restorative sleep your body needs. Therefore, when you need extra sleep, avoid napping and simply go to bed earlier or wake up later to get an extra sleep you need. Tip number 4, keep a sleep diary to keep track of sleep progress and scheduling preferences. While there are many ways to improve sleep, you should restrict your choices to the methods most effective for you. Sleep diaries can be very helpful tools to discover your optimum sleep schedule and strategies. Here is a sample of a sleep diary from the NHS to inspire what you may want to keep track of. Link is in the description below. As an example, some people are way more productive in the morning and should go to bed earlier, while others are more productive at night and may prefer a later bedtime. Now, let's talk about the third and final component of CBTI, relaxation therapy, with tip number 5, abdominal breathing and progressive muscle relaxation. Both of these exercises have been proven to reduce anxiety and support a more relaxed mood. I recommend combining them together for maximum effect. If you need instructions on how to perform both of these techniques, links are in the description below. Tip number 6, sleep hygiene. There are many different ways that our lifestyles can improve our sleep. Sleep hygiene is essentially the act of filling up your daily habits with as many things that promote sleep as necessary to ensure sufficient sleep. Here is one of my favorite sleep hygiene handouts. Link is in the description below. In particular, I would like to highlight a few sleep hygiene recommendations that I think are particularly important. Make sure to expose yourself to light, especially natural light, when you wake up, and keep things dark when sleeping. This helps strengthen your natural sleep cycle or circadian rhythm. Avoid more than 300 milligrams of caffeine a day and consuming caffeine after 2 p.m. Avoid other psychoactive substances as well, such as nicotine, THC, and alcohol. It is okay to enjoy alcohol in moderation, but be aware there is a proven dose-dependent relationship on sleep quality, and even one drink of alcohol has been shown to reduce the effectiveness of sleep. Avoid eating within 2 hours of bedtime and decrease fluid intake just prior to bedtime if you are prone to waking up at night to pee. I hope these tips and tricks are helpful in achieving level 1 mastery of sleep. In a future video on level 2 sleep, I will discuss how to optimize sleep recommendations for those with certain medical conditions like sleep apnea and for those with aspiring athletic goals. Until then, keep flourishing, y'all.